This is WVUA News with special championship week coverage from Alabama's home team.
And welcome to Day 3 of WVUA's live coverage from New Orleans. We thank you for joining us as we continue our countdown to kickoff. And good evening to you. Welcome to New Orleans. I'm John Huddleston, once again live in the Big Easy. We certainly appreciate you spending part of your Friday evening with us. We are live, like I said, once again from New Orleans for just 72 hours from now, less than 72 hours from now. Alabama and LSU will square off in a rematch in the national championship game. And it has been a busy day for Alabama. They held their second practice in New Orleans this afternoon in the Superdome. It was the final time that we, the media, were allowed to view it. Tomorrow, the Tide restricts access as they make final preparations for the Tigers. And after Media Day, it was back to the practice field, the final time that we actually got to see it as well today. And Media Day was before that this morning. Our Gary Harris was there.
Yeah, interesting. At Media Day, it's 1 hour.
Yeah.
Complete access. You can talk to anybody you want, any player that maybe you have been restricted to talking to from the year, assistant coaches, but still the biggest crowd was around you-know-who.
Yes.
Nick Saban. They had to set him up on his own podium, and he talked for nearly the full hour. Questions just kept coming, many of them about his relationship with the state of Louisiana. Of course, he had a great time as the head coach at LSU, led the Bayou Bengals to a national championship as he has done at Alabama. But while he still loves this state and he still has fond memories of LSU, make no mistake, Nick Saban is all crimson right now.
The relationships that we have with lots of folks here in Louisiana certainly are important to us, but we also know that we represent the other side now, and we hope that people can respect who we are, but we also know that they're going to be passionate about what they want to accomplish for their team.
And John, I guess it really is fitting that the program he built into power at LSU and the program that he revived and brought back to national prominence at Alabama are facing off in New Orleans for the BCS championship.
Yeah, Nick Saban on the opposite side of the fence this time.
That's right.
Thank you very much, Gary. Well, we all took the train down from Tuscaloosa to New Orleans on Tuesday this week. Gary, Lynn, myself, the entire team. And each day since, the train loads of Bama fans have gotten larger and larger by the day. In our 5 o'clock newscast tonight, we showed you the train leaving Tuscaloosa. At 7:15 tonight in New Orleans, this was the scene. A steady stream of Tide fans poured into the Amtrak station around 7:15 tonight. All of the people that we talked to think it's going to be a good game and are excited to be in New Orleans with other Crimson Tide fans.
I am overwhelmed. I was nervous and now I'm happy. I'm so happy to be here. It's been hours on the train ride and we're finally here. We're finally here.
It's like an itch. Like you're so excited. You can't wait. We're very early for the game. So we're going to go sightsee, go get to see a lot of things.
And that many of those Bama fans, I suspect tonight, might be heading out to the French Quarter. It will be filled with fans here in the next couple of days. And you'll never guess who we found there this afternoon. Big Al, or at least Big Al, the inflatable mascot. A huge inflated version standing tall right outside Harrah's Casino. New Orleans is kicking off Carnival season, which leads up to Mardi Gras. That's when you start seeing parades and the social scene kicks up a notch. So it's been interesting to see parade signs mixed with football logos. And all this week, we have been taking you around New Orleans, showing you the sights and sounds. Today, WVUA's Matt McCoy took a trip to Louisiana's oldest cemetery to show you around some of Louisiana's famous tombs and introduce you to a ritual that inspired by the voodoo culture.
Antoine Bonnable's name on it. You'll notice his date of death being given in French as the 5th of February, 1800. His is the first recorded burial in this cemetery.
Over 200 years later, the history of St. Louis number 1 is seen in the years of its residents' departure from this planet, and in doing so, leaving the question of why above ground? Well, there's 2 reasons. It's simply physics and water.
Up until relatively recently, you could not dig a hole anywhere around here without it filling up with water. So the question then becomes, how do you take a wooden casket and submerge it in a swimming pool? Sometimes they'd weight them down with rocks. Sometimes they'd bore holes in the bottom of them. Sometimes they'd just jump up and down trying to cram them in there.
No matter the reason, the French-inspired way of preserving the afterlife has had a lasting impression on New Orleans. Tucked inside St. Louis number 1, among these beautiful tombs that range from architects to the former mayor of New Orleans, we come to this one, Voodoo Queen Marie Laveau. Now, legend has it, you come, you leave something for her, you ask for a favor, you come back, if that favor was granted, legend has it, you put 3 X's on the tomb, but officials say if you do that, it could put you in jail.
I've had people take tours solely to leave something in front of this tomb. Somebody wants to do that, grand. What is not acceptable under any circumstance whatsoever is the marking of the tomb with these 3 X's.
No matter if you believe in the voodoo ritual or not, it seems someone who did was thinking about Monday's big game. Let's just hope they're a Bama fan. You know, John, I don't practice voodoo myself. I'm a Christian man, but
it's a good thing.
You have to say, you know, any help that we can get, whether it's from a voodoo queen or anybody else, I'm hoping that we do come out victorious on Monday, and if it's from Marie Laveau, hey, who knows?
All right, man. Thank you very much. Interesting stuff. Well, for those of you who cannot find a ticket to the big game, but who are actually still coming down here to New Orleans, you may be wondering where you can actually watch the matchup. That's why we are counting down the top 4 places to watch the game in the Big Easy, other than actually the Superdome. Coming in at number 3, the Grand Isle Restaurant, located right here on Convention Center Drive, just 2 blocks from where we are. It seats nearly 100 people and will have the game playing on the big screen TV surrounding the restaurant. But if you can't wait until Monday to start your tailgating, General Manager Jeff Hoff says they plan to start their party on Sunday.
We're doing an LSU pep rally on the 8th. It'll be actually outside because that is a non-vehicular street. And we'll have a band out there playing from 1 till about 6 p.m. And there'll be bars outside. We'll be grilling hamburgers, hot dogs.
Make sure you keep it tuned right here to WVUA as we continue to count down the top 4 places to watch Monday's BCS National Championship game. And we have still got a lot more from New Orleans coming up later tonight. But right now, we want to go back to Victoria Sheehan in the studio, who's standing by with more of the news of the day. Tori?
All right, thanks, John. Well, in Tuscaloosa, we definitely are having our own little fun here, but it's not exactly money on the line for this friendly wager, but sauce. Yes, I said sauce is what Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge's mayors have decided to swap for the BCS National Championship game. Baton Rouge Mayor Kip Holden wagered 3 gallons of Raising Cane's infamous cane sauce if LSU loses to Alabama. Mayor Maddox's office says in return, Maddox wagered 3 gallons of Alabama's Dreamland's barbecue sauce if Alabama doesn't come out on top. But it wasn't all about food. Maddox's office said the 2 mayors discussed the challenges of disaster recovery as well as the championship game. And even more is on the line for Louisiana Lieutenant Governor Jay Dardenne. You might have already seen his television ads offering golfers in Alabama chances to win free rounds at Louisiana's Audubon Golf Trail. That's if Alabama beats LSU on Monday. He did say Alabamians also needed to stay tuned during the national championship for other free giveaways. WVUA had a chance to talk directly to the Lieutenant Governor. He says this was a little twist on the typical wagers you see with politicians.
We wanted to create this opportunity for some additional interest in the game, and I didn't want to do just the traditional wager between elected officials where we'll send you something if you win and you send me something if we win. We thought this would be a way to try and encourage golfers who want to see some different courses and play some great courses to have a chance to come to Louisiana.
The ads were funded entirely by a grant from BP. If you want to register for your chance to win, visit www.louisianatravel.com.